Hello everyone, TP Gaming here, and welcome to Scene Investigators. From what I've seen of this, you go to a crime scene and you try and investigate, find out what has happened, and solve crime. So it should be quite an exciting and interesting game. Scene Investigators is a deductive reasoning game for fans of the true crime genre. Step into recreated crime scenes, observe closely for pieces of evidence, analyze possible motives behind the crimes, and uncover what truly happened. This case is one at a dinner party. 5 friends and acquaintances have gathered for a meal. Someone was murdered. All the clues are in the scene. Can you solve the case, submit your answers to the computer, and see if the case is truly solved? So it sounds like they are recreating real crime scenes. I don't know how they've get the authority to do that, but it sounds that's kind of what they're aiming for. But maybe it's just fictionalized ones. So they're the controls, simple enough. Observe the scene and answer the questions through respective text boxes. Press start when you're ready to begin. Who sat in chair number 5? Chair number 2? Who is Clara's cousin? Who died? And who is the killer? Okay. Let's do some sleuthing. Okay, so here's the crime scene then. There's the outline of the body. It looks like bleeding from the mouth. So an internal injury, maybe a it could just be spilt wine, but it looks more like blood. Could be a poisoning or something then. See what we can deduce. So we need to find. Let's see what we need to find again. We need to find who sat in chair number 5. Okay, let's just no. I'm not submitting my answers. There we go. Come out of that. Okay, so here's chair number 5 for this. See if there's any clues nearby. What's this? Calendar. Clara's, is it Clara's? Claire's birthday. Okay. Clara's birthday. 22nd of April 2003. Okay, so we've got a Clara. We've got a Jake, an Edwin, and a Jenny. So we've got 4 people's names that were here. I assume it's her birthday, of course. It might not be. There is a present over there. What's over here? Anything? Doesn't look like it. Nothing out of the ordinary. I'm out shopping. Would you mind setting the table, please? Remember, my cousin can't drink wine. Aha. Serve him orange juice instead. Ed is left-handed. Okay. So, somebody... Looks like there it is. Orange juice. So her cousin sat at number 5, but we don't know who her cousin is yet. And Ed is left-handed. So this must be Ed's seat then, because the knife and fork are the opposite way around to everybody else's. So Ed is left side. I think Ed sat here at chair number 1, is that? So Ed sat at number 1. Her cousin sits at number 5, but we don't know who her cousin is yet. What's this? Birthday card. Happy birthday, Clara. Thank you for support while I was in AA. Henry is so fortunate to have you. Hope you have a great year, Jake. AA, so that's be Alcoholics Anonymous. That would make sense as to why he's drinking orange juice, so I think her cousin is Jake. So, go away. Put it down. There we go. So I think her cousin is Jake. And he was sat... So who is Clara's cousin? Is Jake. And I think he also sat at chair number 5. So who died, who's the killer, and who sat in chair number 2, we don't know yet. What's this? Fantasy Amor. Valet parking. Oops. 14th of April. 2003. So this is before this event, I think. 8:22 p.m. to 6:49. Or from 6:49 to 8:22. Okay, $15 and $1 of VAT. Interesting. So, Funnel Road. Interesting. I wonder if there's like little red herrings and things as well in this. They're not every, because not every crime scene, not everything is there. It's actually a clue, is it? So, Gibson. So Henry Gibson. So this is Henry. So this is her partner then. So we know Henry because he said, Jake said in his letter that Henry's so lucky to have you. So I think this is her partner then. High Noon Drive, Forest Hills. Isn't that the place where the Terry Charleston? Okay. And Edwin Briggs. We had an Edwin on that piece of paper by the front door. So maybe the other two people here. So there's Clara, Jake, Ed. So that'd be Ed. So this would be Edwin then. So Edwin's left-handed. Remember, Ed is left-handed. Okay. So that'll be him. Lipstick on this glass. So at the moment, the only female. I think there's only two females here. Jenny. So it could be Jenny or Clara's lipstick, I think. Or on this glass. So they were probably sat here. We don't know who's sat at number 2, do we? Who's going to be sat at seat number 2 then? What can we deduce from this? Looks like a drink has been moved from the right to the left. So does that mean Ed was sat here and that's not his place setting? And he moved his drink to the left. Because everybody else has got their drinks on the right. So did Ed move his drink from here, where there's a ring, to here because he's left-handed? And the place setting is just a red herring then. So maybe Ed was sat at number 2 from the left-handed side of things. So this place setting though, there's nobody here for this. They haven't eaten. There's no food on the plate. They've got no drink. Cutlery's untouched. We don't. What time of day did all this take place? Because this could rule somebody out, couldn't it? If somebody was here instead of I keep snooping around and see what else we can find. Clara Gibson, so she's married to Henry then. Clara dear, it's been a month since you came to visit. Remember that we talked about, I think it's time for you to end things with him. You've endured far too long and you need to move on. So her mum wants her to break up with Henry then. Heather Brown, so is that her mum then? And she kept the letter, so she's obviously considering that. Did she consider it tonight? Have we looked at this gift yet? We just looked at the card, didn't I? I don't think you can click it. I can't quite make out what it says on there either. And you can't. I don't think you can zoom in. You can zoom. Oh, nice. To the most beautiful woman in the world. So that's probably from Henry. We've got a flashlight, we do. Can't get in there. It is locked. Not accessible in the demo. Okay, so everything we need is in here somewhere. I like the fact that you can just open all of these and have a proper search around, like a real detective. Of course, a real detective doesn't get thwarted by a step stool, but never mind. I don't think there's any information there, is there? Okay. We open the fridge? No. Cupboards? Yes, but there's nothing in them. Nothing up there either. Nothing there. So all the information we have... What is this? Hello, hello. So this would make sense. Remember at the beginning when I said bleeding from the mouth? Is this poison then? Warnings. Liver warning. This product contains benzocaine. Severe liver... I guess that means severe liver damage if you can occur if you take more than that in 24 hours. Do we think... may cause vomiting, may cause internal bleeding. I think whoever that is has been poisoned with this. Dr. R.J. Hayes. Okay, well we know that in... Is it this thing here, isn't it? I think, or is it in the other? No, this is just the appointment with Dr. Richardson. Somebody had an appointment with a doctor. And Henry Gibson... Okay, so that's Terry Charleston. That's an abortion clinic. I wonder if he forced us to get an abortion, maybe. Edwin Briggs, that's his attorney. So who went to the doctors then? Dr. Richardson. What was it in here? It was a Dr. R.J. Hayes. So that's a different doctor. It's not going to be Richardson J. Hayes, surely. But I think the murder has been committed with poison. So I think the person's been poisoned. Was that a question? I can't remember. Let's see if we can deduce this. Who died? Who is the killer? I don't know that for sure. I think Ed was sat in chair number 2. Who died and who is the killer? I think, well, I know how they died. I've got a suspicion. But I haven't got confirmation. I don't have confirmation. But we know their marriage is not rock steady. You flick the pages of this at all? No. 212 company members. Are we missing out? Ah, here we go. So, okay. Make a reservation on the 14th of the 2nd. So they did all that. That's not that doesn't mean anything, does it? But Dr. Richardson, I don't know if that means anything either. Dinner with company members and then Clara's birthday. This isn't Clara's diary then. This is Henry's diary. Because why would you put your own birthday in with your own name like that? So this has got to be Henry's diary. And I can't imagine that guests would bring a diary and leave it on the side like that. So that, for me, this is all Henry's stuff. So Ed is Henry's friend. And law office person. Yeah. Can we search the body outline or anything like this? I mean, the person looks quite short in stature. There's lipstick here, so if we think the person has collapsed here, don't we really? The person has fallen from chair number 3, has gone. There's lipstick on the glass, so that would lead me to believe that it's Clara or Jenny that has died. But we know that's her cousin. That was Ed. Who was sat here, we don't know. Is there lipstick on that glass? There's no lipstick on that glass, I don't think. Or is there? Don't think so. But there's a place, something missing there. I'm out shopping. Would you mind setting the table, please? Did he die then? Did she not come home? Did she not come home from the shop, maybe? Oh, hello, we've got a bag. Examine. Useful. Pink lilac. So, I don't know whose handbag this is, but that's the right lipstick shade. A nicotine patch. So they're giving up cigarettes. Okay. Matches from that place where the valet parking is. There is said lipstick. So they had a reservation at that place a week before. So I think we can deduce that this is Clara's handbag, so that must be Clara, so she must have been murdered. So it's just who by. I mean, all the evidence kind of weights towards the husband. So I think Clara is dead. Because she's got matches in, she's got a matchbook in her purse that comes from the place where they had a reservation the week before. In there is the right lipstick shade. It all makes sense, I think, for that. So then it's just who is the killer? Now, I'm leaning towards the husband because it seems like they've been having problems. Just would make the most sense that it's him rather than having somebody else come in and just randomly commit murder like this. Would seem odd. But it's weird that there's an empty place setting. Somebody didn't turn up, but I guess that's not... I guess that's not that surprising, maybe. It's always somebody that might not turn up for whatever reason, so... Do I just go husband and think it's the most likely, or do we go... I haven't got any evidence to back that up. Other than he's been visiting doctors, he has the means to grab the pill, whatever that is. I think they're pills, aren't they? And he laid the table and put everything out because she was out at the shops, so let's go with it. The killer is Henry. So Jake sat at 5, Ed sat at 2, Clara's cousin is Jake, Clara died, and Henry is the killer. Submit. We'll end the demo, okay. But did we get it right? Thank you for playing Scene Investigator's demo build. Grade B, you got 3 out of 5 correct. Okay, well, what did we get wrong? What did we get wrong? Right, so I wasn't happy with the 3 out of 5. Well, I was happy with the 3 out of 5, but I wanted to find out what really happened and what we had right and what we had wrong. So I came back in and I couldn't really find any more clues. I think we went through them all that I could find. So I went on the internet and I went on Detective Google, which led me actually to the developer's website, and they have on their website all the clues, what's missing, you know, how to solve it, all that, which is very useful. And basically what I did wrong was on this calendar. I just looked at this calendar, saw this and thought, okay, that's what it is. I didn't know you can turn the pages. There was nothing here suggesting, oh, you can turn the page. As it turns out, if you press left on the arrows, so just on your arrow keys, you can actually flick through the pages. Who knew? Had I have known this, we would have found out some more information. So what we would have found out is if this is April, go back to March, go back to February, is that Clara had gone away for Los Angeles on the 11th of February and didn't come back until the 17th. Why is that important? Well, as we know from this, we thought they went at a Valentine's Day dinner together on that day, but they can't have been because she wasn't in the state. This is in New York, she's in Los Angeles. No possible way of her having a Valentine's Day dinner halfway across America. And we know that they were there because we found the reservation in the notebook, and we have this here sort of confirming that it actually took place. So that leaves you to go to the handbag again. Why does it go to the handbag again? Because we know that this matchbox, should I say, book of matches, as I think it was what I was trying to say, comes from the same place as they went to eat, the Fantasie Amour. So, the owner of this handbag went to that restaurant at that time. Or went to that restaurant at least. We know this person is also stopping smoking. I wasn't sure what this meant at first because I thought this was Clara's handbag. But actually, as it turns out, it's most likely going to be Jenny's, the only other female at this dinner. On this lipstick also, it says that it's waterproof and smear proof. If I can try and get that the right way around. Rotate. Nope, can't rotate it. There we go. That's upside down, but you can kind of... If I can just... Why is it so difficult to rotate? Anyway, it's water resistant and leaves no residue or anything on glasses, so it's definitely not Clara's lipstick because we know that that is on her glass. Because this one has lipstick on it. So this is definitely Clara's, but it can't be Jenny's. So we think now that that is Jenny's handbag and that Jenny went to the same restaurant as Henry on Valentine's Day. So it looks as though Henry and Jenny have been having an affair. It looks like there has been a pregnancy because he has an abortion card in his wallet. Now, I originally thought that was because we didn't know about Jenny. I originally just thought that was going to be Clara, and that was the cause of all their problems. As it turns out, Jenny is probably the one that is pregnant. So, if she is pregnant, that would explain as to why there is a full glass of wine just left at the table. As you can see, the other drinks have gone down a little bit. I mean, Jake's not really touched his orange juice. This has gone down quite a way. This one is obviously spilt. So if we move back Ed to where we originally thought that he was going to be sitting, because the cutlery was left out ready for a left-handed person rather than a right-handed person, we can assume that he just didn't make dinner. So Ed sat here, Jake sat here, Jenny would have sat here. For some reason she moved her glass, bit of a red herring, but maybe she did it to switch the glasses, because she is the one that brought in these tablets. We don't know for sure. We can only guess that that is what's happened here with these tablets. Purely because we don't know that doctor. But we know that Henry's doctor is somebody different. So unless Jake brought them in, but it seems extremely unlikely that Jake would be the murderer based on what he put in the card over there. He's just kind of happy to be out of AA and got through everything. He has no motive whatsoever. He simply just didn't seem to have the means or desire to do such a thing. So it's looking a lot like Jenny is actually the killer. So what we got wrong was that Jenny was sat here and not Ed, and that Jenny is the killer and not Henry, because Henry didn't bring those pills in, because he has a different doctor. So we can assume that that it is her doctor. So we'll try those and see what we get. So we know Jake was sat at number 5, and we know that he is also Clara's cousin. At chair number 2, we're going to go with Jenny. Who died? We know Clara died. And who is the killer? We're going to go Jenny, because she is carrying Henry's baby, wants to be with Henry, wants Clara out of the picture, so has decided to kill her friend. Let's submit these answers and see what we get. And there you go, 5 out of 5. So I had to have a hint from the website to get 5 out of 5. But I think if I could have flicked the calendar, I don't know, but I think I might have probably got either 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 originally. But a great little game. I really enjoyed that. I hope they make a lot more levels, and it's yeah, I like the concept and just trying to find out what happened and work it out, because you kind of get to work it out on your own. It's not sort of, ooh, go here, ooh, go there, do this now, do this now. It really is kind of just work it out at your own pace, click around and try and work out your own theory, and then just put in your theory at the end, as we did in the first part. So yeah, great little game. Hope they do more with it. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you for another video very soon.